Hello everyone, welcome to today's reading. Today we're going to be looking at a specific theme, and the theme of our reading today is how to best approach the situation that's on your mind or the situation that requires your attention. How to approach it in the best possible way so that you get the best possible outcome. Let's not forget that every situation that appears in our life has maybe come to bring us something, to show us something about ourselves. And of course, it's up to us if we're going to accept the situation, if we're going to work with it, and how we're going to work with it. But let's make use of cards today to see maybe the possible pathway we can take in resolving this issue or situation at hand. Cards that I've selected for us today are the Earth Magic cards because they're very grounding, they're very reasonable, they're very realistic, they offer a really good opinions on how we could proceed in a specific situation. So if you're thinking of something right now, let's just transfer that energy into the cards, let's work with it with an open mind, and don't forget you have the liberty to make a decision for yourself. So don't take the messages in these cards as a given. You can always play with it, you can always manage it in any way that you find reasonable. But enjoy this reading. Let's go. Let's have a look what we should learn from this situation, what the situation at hand is trying to bring to us, what we should be aware of, and most importantly, how to best approach this situation. Nice. Oh, goodness me. Okay, let's take these for a start, and then we're going to do some clarifying cards if needs be. First card that we've got is Fog with the message Veiled, and this really tells us that the situation at hand is trying to show us things that are yet hidden to us, maybe something that we're not fully realizing about ourselves. Massive topic of this year, 2022, is all about the illusions that we've believed, things that we've come to understand as our reality. And maybe the situation at hand, it might be even a situation that's not even happened yet. It could be something that's approaching or that we may be anticipating, like we're waiting for this situation to come. We're sort of, looking forward to it maybe. It's really coming to show us some hidden things about ourselves. For some of you, I'd say most of us really, it's about our gifts, it's about our really true roots, like who we really are deep down. Because this year for me, and this is my opinion, but I feel this is really important to say, it's all about the basis of things, like really going deep down into the simplest of things, like what's most important to us in life, what's going to make us happy, what makes our life what it is, what makes sense to us. So this card's really telling us about unveiling the things that are most important to us. So maybe that might be the message that's coming with this approaching situation. Second card, we've got Iceberg. Okay, let's talk about icebergs, because you might know that most of the time all we can see is the tip of the iceberg. Most things, again, are hidden underneath the surface, and that's where most of the things are happening. That's where we always find the most maybe shocking things sometimes. So again, it's about learning about ourselves, discovering things under the surface. When we think about the surface, again, it could just be the illusions that we've created for ourselves, the beliefs that we've come to believe in our life about ourselves, about the world, about other people, about relationships, about money. It could be the things that are taken from our childhoods, what we've gotten used to, the people around us. So it's really about discovering yourself. Again, the message is submerge really deep into what's important to you, into your simplest of beings. Really look into your values, what's important to you, what makes sense to you, what your goals are, if they make sense to you. It's really all about you. That's maybe another reason this message or this situation's coming through. Meadow, vulnerability. Again, the message is just repeating itself. We're just looking at really being ourselves truly and fully. This card really resonates with me in regards to our inner child, the innocence, the simple things again, connecting with nature on a deeper level, and just really living a very easy, independent, very vulnerable life where we maybe don't rely so much on money on electronics, on the things that we use as something to prevent us from resolving our issues. For example, we spend a lot of time on our phones because we don't want to, deal with something, or we procrastinate because we want to avoid a specific situation. This card is maybe telling us the situation that's coming or is already here, if you're thinking about a specific situation, is really about discovering your vulnerabilities as well as your strong sides. You might find that you are the strongest you've ever been coming out of this situation once you really allow yourself to reveal what's underneath, reveal the truth about yourself, other people, and the world. Interesting. Fourth card is Island with the message solitude. Yeah, that's the need for being alone. The need, not alone as in lonely, but alone with yourself, with your thoughts, spending some very productive time with yourself. Myself, I really enjoy writing things down, really looking at things that are important for me. I love, journaling, because I really find that therapeutic, allows my thoughts to be somewhere else than my head. So I would really suggest that to any of you that are interested in that, really focusing on yourself. And I think at this time as well, it's really important to think about the percentage of time you spend on other people and the percentage of time you spend on yourself. Really try and, think about that. If it's not equal, or if you're in the minority, there is some need for change. There is something that needs to happen so that you are in the first place, so that you put yourself first, so that you can focus on yourself, so that you can, make plans for yourself, so that you can see yourself in your true light. Because again, if you're spending a lot of time on other people, you might be taking their issues as your own issues, and then again we could be submerging ourselves in that problem that doesn't actually exist. So the situation that's coming, or anything that's on your mind at the moment, anything that requires attention, is really, the main message is focus on yourself. You need to put yourself first. There are things to be revealed, there are things to be shown to you, including resolutions to your big life questions, which way to go, what I really find important, what's my next pathway going to be like, what's my partner going to be like, what are my life values, how can I make more money, and so and so. You really need to get to know yourself first to understand these things. To really understand yourself first, then you will understand the world, pretty much. So yeah, really, really focus on yourself. Go back to the things that made you happy as a kid, because you might find a lot of things that drive your inner gifts. You might find things that you're really good at that you forgot about, and just really, really work with yourself on that deeper level. It could just be spending time with yourself. It doesn't have to be meditation, because I know meditation is not for everybody. And there's right time and right place for everything. And most definitely don't force anything onto yourself. If you feel like what the spiritual teaching is saying is right, but it doesn't resonate with you, there is no harm in not doing it. Decide for yourself, create your own routines, do things that fulfill you, exercise, or you like dancing, you like singing, you like reading, whatever it is, as long as it makes you happy, as long as it fulfills you, you're still opening that veil, you're still unveiling these things, you're still bringing that positive self-knowing energy into your field. So that's what I would suggest these cards are saying to us. As a possible clarifier, let's look at some angel cards. What they just want to tell us in regards to the situation that's on your mind, or anything that requires attention, maybe something to connect with the message that we had just now, if there's anything to add. Divine timing and earthing ground. Both of these energies are male energies. Male energies are talking about reasoning skills. They're talking about criticality as well. So this might mean that there is a need for a plan. It doesn't need to be a step-by-step plan, because we should still allow for some flexibility, because we don't want to be rigid. We don't want to be stuck in a specific mindset and then not allow things to show themselves to us, or to work with things. But there is a space for criticality. Really create a plan. Maybe a list of pros and cons in a specific situation. Really have a clear view of the things that are, in your way, or the people that you're working with, for example, if the relationship is a pro or a con, and decide based on that. Don't make, really fast sort of even angry decisions. Really work on your reasoning skills, criticality. For those of you who know, SMART tool is really, really useful in this case. I will also put a comment down below about the SMART tool that you could use, or I'll make another video shortly. In regards to the messages, deeper messages of these cards, divine timing is all about trust, is all about looking forward to the future, but also not losing the trust in the present time. So just because we're anticipating something in the future, we're looking forward to something, or maybe we're a bit anxious about the future, let's not lose sight of things that are right here, right now. Focus on what's here, what's available to you. Don't stress yourself out over what's, you know, to come or what's approaching you. Just focus on the skills, the things that you've got right here, right now, and work on the present moment. Work on yourself as you are right now, slowly but surely unveiling things, because the divine timing is also talking about, you know, the things that you are meant to know, you will know when the time is right. Sometimes we're really pushing to know things, to understand things, either about ourselves or other people or the world, but we're not ready for it. We're not ready to understand. We're not ready to work with it. That's why we don't have the understanding. We don't have the skills. We don't have the key right there, you know, when we like want it with that pressure. So just give yourself some space, give it some time, just enjoy the present moment, and just think about the things that you can do right here, right now, that are in your power, and just work with things as they come. Enjoy that flexibility, but also trust in whatever's coming your way will find you. You will never miss the things that are meant to be yours. Earth and ground. For some of you, there is really talking about connecting again with Mother Nature, really going into your solar plexus chakra, which is obviously about life's purpose, our inner sun, life itself, we could say, pleasures in life, finances. Talking about meditation, of course, just connecting again with what's important to you, what you find important. Answer these questions, like ask yourself, who am I? What's important to me? What are my life values? What are my goals? These are the questions to answer. These are the questions to focus on, and not in a rushed manner. You know, who am I? I'm a woman, I'm this, I'm that. It's really about the deeper meaning. Not what's expected of you, not what's expected to say, not what you learned to say, but what really makes sense to you. These are the questions to think about. Earth and ground. Coming back to earth. Grounding yourself. Yeah, coming back to the beginning. So yes, how to best approach the situation that's on your mind or that requires attention. Focus on yourself. It's something that's always talked about. Let's focus on ourselves. Let's really focus on what's important to us. But this really is the key, especially this year. It's all about us. Focusing on other people way too much, or putting energy to people or places or situations where it's not required with that pressure, is just wasting time. It might mean that we are really trying to hide behind something. It might be that illusion. It might be that procrastination because we're scared, or we just don't want to deal with things that are in our life. But if we want some progress, if we want to resolve a situation that you're thinking about, or maybe a situation that's approaching, really, really focus on yourself. That's what's most important right here, right now. So yes, that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this reading, this little talk. Let me know how you felt about it, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care.